to Geno's Picks. Geno is on assignment in Venus, where he is scouting out new homes in the tent city that Gavin Newsom has welcomed into America's Venus. Is that Venus? Venice. Where he is scouting out new homes in the tent city that Gavin Newsom has welcomed into America's Venice that now stinks as bad as its namesake in Italy's. Did he proofread this at all? That doesn't make any sense. On assignment in Venice, where he is scouting out new homes in the tent city that Gavin Newsom has welcomed into America's Venice that now stinks as bad as the namesake in Italy's. I guess it does make sense. And much like that city in Italy, Geno blew a guy in a gondola. Anyways, Geno went 2-2 in the video again, and his kitty came up a loser Thursday, so his overall record now sits at 4-6 on the year. So let's see if I can rub off some luck while he's rubbing off on some unlucky hooker. The Cardinals are getting a TD from the Jags in Jacksonville. Remember how Geno said the NFL's new format of 3 preseason games and 17 regular season games mean the first 2 weeks of the regular season are now like preseason. Yeah, well, let me correct him on that one. All 17 weeks of the season are preseason games against the Jaguars. It's always a scrimmage with that team. I have no idea why a line that opened at the 2.5 in a matter of 3 days gone all the way up to a TD. I mean, I haven't seen anything jump like that since the Trump administration when he had an actual wall that turned Mexicans into jumping beaners. Jumping beaners! Good to see the worst president in the history of America. Yes, we still call it that, right? Yeah, okay. Good to see our embarrassment of a president replaced a Canadian... It's good to see our embarrassment of a president replace a Canadian pipeline that supported American workers with a pipeline of Mexicans for American workers to support. Where was I? Oh, yeah, this NFL game. Trevor Lawrence may play in the red state of Florida, but it is a blue state of affairs in Jacksonville because the only way to save this disaster is to bring back the guy that was there before him. Take the Cards and lay the 7. That's the lock of the day, let's say. The Dolphins are getting 4 from the Raiders in Vegas. So since no one can pronounce this fucking guy's last name, here's an idea. Why don't they just change it to 3? That way, not only would his name be easier to pronounce, but would actually serve a purpose. Because when you said the name 2-3, you are literally quoting the number of healthy games you can expect each season out of the man the Dolphins leverage their future on in their hopes of making him a franchise QB. Oof. At this point, the odds of that happening are about as weak as his brittle body. I guess this guy gets injured a lot, 2-3. But I'll tell you who is strong both mentally and physically. This guy. New Finn starter, Jacoby Brissett. The kid is quietly studied under the minds of Bill Belichick. This is Belichick? Josh McCarroll and Frank Reich, and held a clipboard for a couple of guys named Tom Brady and Phillip Rivers. So sure, they're back at Allegiant Stadium, but it's an afternoon game, and I'm looking for a letdown. Take the Finns in that beautiful 4th point. So the Bills are giving a TD to the team formerly known as the Redskins in Buffalo. They may be called the Bills, but they should have called them the Jills, or named them after any other female, especially one of Geno's exes. Because the further he is away from this team, the better things work out for them. Case in point, last Sunday, when for the 3rd straight time the Bills covered at home while Geno was sitting at a bar in L.A., so why would this week be any fucking different? Take the Bills, ladies, and lay the 7. 7's going to get laid, 2-3. The Eagles are getting 4 from the Cowboys in Big D. And the D stands for Dallas. You're probably lucky that Geno was off because he would spend 8 minutes bitching about the awful calls in that Chargers-Cowboys game that he was in attendance for, apparently with a hooker. Geno, he does a lot of paying for sex. How much are they paying those idiots to play gay porn and rip off Conan? Whatever. I don't even know what a lot of this means. And I'm surprised at some of the words that are not in this, by the way. Whatever, let's just cut right to the chase. It's an NFC battle that always seems to end with a close score early in the season and a blowout late. And now with the 17-game season, it's technically even earlier. So this game just gets closer or not. Who cares? I can't read any more of these stupid jokes. Don't make the mistake of betting the fave here like I made the mistake of doing Geno a favor. Boy, I read that with conviction, didn't I? Take the birds and the points. Go gamble.